Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is George Blanchard showing off Lesson 8 and the final presentation of my personal project. So, in this project, I am making a database in which I am storing D&D characters as well as their players. So, let me show some stuff off here. Not sure exactly where I'll start, so I guess I will just dive right in. So if we pop on to render here, first things first, we have a little logout screen, but for now, we are going to go straight into Swagger, and we'll start talking about that. So we have characters and players here. So we don't need to be logged in to show each of our characters. So they have various parameters. They have, character name, player name, race, class, level, alignment, and their stats. So, I can play with those. I can also grab them individually, no problemo. You can see we can pull these guys out. So, and players, we are able to do the same thing. Let's get everyone at first. So we have also a list of players with their player name, who their character is, and the campaign that they take place in. So let's decide that we're going to post our own character. Okay. We're gonna post our most OP guy ever, Cenapool the Gray, a mighty multi-class character with a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to keep his stats as they are just because. So if we try to change the database, we have in each of our routes, we have a security check going in whenever we try to post, patch, or delete our data. So what's going to happen is we are going to try this out. We're going to say we're not authorized to change data without login, and we're going to give a link to be able to log in through our OAuth software. So that is basically just before it even gets to our characters controller, in which it's attempting to modify the database, we're going to drop into our middleware here, and we're going to get this 401 status and the stuff right here. So in order to actually be changing anything, we are going to want to log in. So for that, we have our lovely OAuth to help us out. So when we go into login, I can either do a email and password, or I can sign up with Google. If I were to care, I would have made some other things, but for now this is fine and good as it is. So now that we are logged in, and I go back in, I am able to do my post now. Let's try it out. Bada bing, it works. So let me pull up my MongoDB Compass. So for characters, okay, well, I want to show that first, but oh well. We will show it off anyway, but we have this new ID, ends in 1B3B. Right at the bottom, we have an instance of Cenapool ending in 1B3B. So I'll show the same thing in players and prove that the database is being changed. We currently have 6 players until I decide I'm going to put in a new guy with this ID 1D3B. So if I refresh, I now have 7 characters with George Cenapool SSS. So now that that's taken care of, let's move some stuff around. So let's decide this new character here. We are going to patch it. We're going to change some stuff around. So I have a little bit of validation going on. So each of these items only need to be strings. However, we have the level of our character as well as our stats want to be integers. So I actually have 2 different rounds of ways that we can stop bad things from going in. First of all, directly into Swagger, I have each of these set as integers. For this test, I didn't do it to the strength and level. because I want to show off that our mongoose schemas are actually going to, in our models here, will actually show what types they need to be, and that they won't allow us to put in the wrong items. So for I think it's just my strength level, I turned off the swagger one. So if I were to say my dexterity score is the letter B, swagger will actually stop me before it even gets to the database at all. So with that, I better use the proper number. Though, if I remember right, as long as the number is in quotes, I believe it will actually convert itself into a string. But if I was to say, okay, my level is going to be the letter B instead, we will execute that. So I think, okay, I think for that maybe the dexterity did not work. So we'll see that. But the level B, we will execute. So I think maybe it did not, no, I did that. So, it is still not quite showing what it should. Interesting. Okay, maybe I can do it on the strength, because I know I tested for render before I got to this. Alright. Hum, hum, hum. I am being stopped by Swagger before I can even get stopped there. Huh, that's wild. Okay, folks, I'm going to pause and poke around a little bit. Okay, well, I guess, don't know what the problem was, but if I try it now, once I start up a new tab, once I hit execute on my level B, we will not post. So I think maybe it doesn't scroll down. I don't know. So we'll scroll down and we'll get an error response as 500. Character validation failed. Cast number failed for value B, type string, path level. So that is here in our mongoose modules, it's seeing that level wants to be a number, and the fact that it isn't, the mongoose schema itself is stopping this before it even goes through. So mongoose offers a neat little amount of validation. So let's do some real edits here to our guy Cinepool here. So Cinepool, he is an extremely intelligent individual. He is also very wise, and he is quick to run away when things are in danger. Unfortunately, he is a nerd that does not appreciate the benefits of physical exercise. As such, he has a slightly unhealthy lifestyle, and he, well, unfortunately doesn't socialize too much. Deep down, despite his flaws, he is a good person, however, and this has led to an amount of character growth for him. So, excuse me, we are still in post. So, we are going to, we want to patch for him. Okay, so, we're going to patch a character. Our ID is this guy right here. So we're going to patch him in. So because this is a patch function, I actually don't have to add in every single parameter of his type. So some of the things we aren't changing, such as the character, player name, and race, we can just take all of these out because we know these things are happening. So it's just the level, alignment, the stats. Let us post this. Execute. Parameter string value must be valid. Okay. What is your problem now? Okay, let me poke around with this. Okay, I realized what happened. I didn't even need to pause. So I just have this one little errant quotation mark here. So if I take that out and then we execute, so we have produced this data here. We have a code status of 204. So if we were to then refresh ourselves, we see that Cinepool at the end here is level 16, alignment neutral good. All of these items of him have stayed consistent, and we've seen that his stats have changed. So how's that? However, unfortunately for us, he strayed too far into a bugbear cave without his buddies, and adventuring life is very difficult. So we're gonna kill the poor guy off. So we have a code status 200, successfully deleted, and if we look at our database again, we now only have 6 characters. Big sad, it's a hard life we live. This is a different version of Snowball, don't worry about it. Let us show the same thing with players. The players is a little more rudimentary. We don't have quite the fun stuff with stats, but we're able to get our players. We are able to post them as much as we want. So, bada boom, we have our new player here. I assume. Do we? Hello? Oh, I think I probably did before I refreshed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I made another guy. So there's a few copies of dear old Centipool here. So now I will try to wheel patch him up because why not? So we are making a new character, not poor Centipool. So we are George. Our character's name is going to be Doyle. And we are of course Doyle of the Deranged Dragons campaign. So can we post this? Yes, we sure can. All good. 204 status. Our last character, George Doyle of the Deranged Dragons. Gotta love it. So we're gonna keep our ID here, but we're gonna show off some validation as well with our OAuth because we have this in our patch as well as our delete. So if I decide I'm gonna log out, I will go back into API docs here. I'm going to patch this ID to make it the way it was. I'm going to try to execute. It's going to say, no way, buddy, you better log in. Can I delete him instead? Can I do that? Can I just get rid of him? Nope, I sure can't. I absolutely must log in no matter what in order to change any of this stuff. So we will... Oh, hello. Do you have a problem? Oh, I see what I did. I messed my link up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Dot render. Silly me. Okay, we'll change that. Change that post-production, folks. No problem. Okay, so log into you. Bada bing. API docs, blah blah. Alright. We're going to delete our guy. We have 9 players, but as soon as we slap this out, uh-oh, do we not like you? Do I have the wrong thing? Oh, I see. I see what happened. Well, that was good. See, the cool thing is, we put in something totally inappropriate, and rather than crashing our program, we simply got a 500 error message. So how's that? How's that for good application safety? Okay. So, bada bing, bada boom. Execute. We have successfully deleted our guy, and sure enough, he is gone, folks. So, with the time that I have left, let me show off a little bit the bumbling I've done around with GraphQL. There's a lot more that I intended to do. Unfortunately, I ran out of time and some personal things come up. But so with our GraphQL here, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull what I had written up from how I've done this previously. Okay, we're still on localhost, so hopefully that is still saved in my little schemes here. Yes. Okay, wonderful. So, with GraphQL here, rather than doing things with our REST client, with GraphQL, we're able to make the same kinds of queries that we're able to have. Unfortunately, my stuff is rudimentary. I don't have any of my mutations yet, but as such, I'm able to get the data in whatever way that I want. So, one of the things that I noticed from the Swagger is that each of my characters, even though I intend them to be shown with, their various parameters and stats on the bottom, that's how it shows in Compass. As we got them from Swagger, they would actually put stats all the way at the top. So, the way that we were able to do this is